What's up, skaters? Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're going over a bunch of skateboard products that I myself have actually tested, and in today's video we're going to find out if they're worth getting or just a gimmick you should avoid. With all that being said, let's get straight into the videos. Alright, so like I said, I've tested and tried all of these that I'm about to put in front of you today, and most of these videos we're going to be reacting to are some of my old videos from last year. Admittedly, the quality isn't that great, but it basically means that I can talk about it and give you my thoughts of what I was thinking at the time. So with that being said, first things first, we're going to jump in with the Tail Devil, which is probably the most fun one out of today's list. So with all that being said, this is the Tail Devil. Now the Tail Devil, if you didn't know, is look at ancient Webz. This is 1 year ago. So yeah, what this basically is it's a spark plate that you attach to the bottom of your skateboard. Let me find the section here. So like right here, this little plate here, you attach to the bottom of your skateboard, like on the tail, and you get exactly what it says on the tin. Sparks come out the back. Right, there's some fun things about this, right? Fun things is you look cool for about 10 minutes until the thing runs out and the spark plates are diminished. The plate itself also constantly fell off. So let me show you here real quick. If we go to this clip, we'll just go back one more. So watch these tricks here. I'll put it back, put it on, and within a couple seconds, do a nice ollie or medium ollie, and it just, as you can see, it falls straight off there. Now, I know that you're meant to screw these in, but we did screw it in at first. As soon as we screwed it in, the bolt literally snapped off that you screwed it in with after one trick, so that didn't work. It also has a sticky thing on it, just in case, for whatever reason, the bolt doesn't work, so we stuck it on and it just kept falling off. It is quite a fun little bit of kit if you can get it to work, but for us, and for me personally, I thought the fun ended at the first few tricks, really. There's not really a utility purpose for this, so with that in mind, I think the Tail Devil gets like a 4.5 out of 10. We've got 4 more to go, so let's jump into them. Next, we have probably one of the most controversial skate products, and that is the skate trainers. So if you don't know what these are, let me just turn the volume down on this and get to a good bit. So as you can see here on this Braille video, now I have done a video of these, but it's not on the channel, so we're going to do a Braille one instead. So basically what these are is they're little red cages that go over your wheel, like you can see here, and they stop the board from shooting out this way, shooting out that way if you land with your weight mismatched. So essentially the point of this one is you would put them over your wheels if you can't do tricks, so maybe you just started skateboarding, and these would keep you in place so you could practice stuff like ollies, shove-its, kick flips without having to worry about the board shooting out from beneath you. Now, while I do feel like these do have a place in skateboarding, I will say that you should really only use them, in my opinion, just to get you used to landing that trick for the first time. As soon as you've landed a trick one to a couple of times, you want to take these off and get learning it normally, because the last thing you want to do is get yourself reliant to a board that doesn't have any momentum. In an ideal situation, you're going to want to have to land on that board with the danger of it shooting out, because that's just part of skateboarding, and you're not going to be able to do anything moving if you constantly just practice stationary. So use it as a very base level practice if you have to. It's not going to be right for everyone, but if you want to, I'd recommend giving it a try. And then once you've got your trick down, you start doing it moving and slowly add speed as you go. But they might help you if you use them the correct amount, but if you use them too much and rely on them, they will hinder you. So with that being said, that is number 2. And the skate trainers, for me, I would say they get like a 5.5 out of 10 because they're decent for some beginners. For 90% of skaters, I would say they're not that great, but for 10%, they will help. Our next one, right, is the Braille's rubber grip tape. Now, if you've never seen rubber grip tape, it's also known as non-abrasive grip tape. This is a video I made like 2 years ago, one of my first videos on the channel. And basically this is just me skate testing the rubber grip tape. So these tricks, obviously not that exciting. I wasn't very good at skateboarding back then. But anyway, so what the rubber grip tape is, it's basically made so that your shoes don't decay from like rubbing against the grip tape. So normally your shoes rub against the sandpaper grip tape, creates holes, destroys them fairly quickly. Rubber grip tape was made to try and prevent that, so you could still skate as you would normally, but without the danger of breaking shoes so often and this, that, and the other. In my personal opinion, the rubber grip tape was good. It was decent. I enjoyed it in this video, but having skated it for a little while longer after this first session video, I realized that if it gets wet, it literally becomes like socks on a hardwood floor. So I'd highly recommend not skating it in the wet, and you can't really control the weather. So in my opinion, I would say that after a month of skating it, rubber grip tape is not worth it. And all the people that I know that actually tried it long term have enjoyed it at first and slowly thought normal grip tape is just better anyway. So in my opinion, always choose normal grip tape over rubber grip tape. You might find it better, but this is just my personal opinion. So rubber grip tape is a no from me. That one gets a 4 out of 10. So our penultimate entry, now this is quite a funny one, right? This is the Kubac Wheelie Pro. Now what these are is they're little Velcro patch wheels. So there's Velcro on the back of it, which is this white bit here. And what you're meant to do with this is, where is it? So what you do with this one is you're meant to put it on the tail of the board. So you can see here, it's supposed to help you learn how to manual right. But if you constantly are leaning fully back onto the tail, as soon as you take it off, you're just going to be scraping anyway. I think the point of this is so that if you do lean too far back, it's going to stop the board from shooting out from under you and you falling on your ass. But in my opinion, the second you take this thing off, you're going to be so used to having that safety mechanism there that when you do start to lean a bit far back, you're going to lean into it because you're going to think you are safe. And all of a sudden, whoosh, board's gone from underneath you, you're on your back, kids are crying. So in my personal opinion, I don't think that these are that great. When I first tried them, I was a lot more positive back in the day when I first reviewed stuff like this. I would always try to find the good in it. But nowadays, I just want to be real with my audience. So this video, I did say they were half decent. I don't think I said they were good, but upon reflection, I don't really think these are that good. These are like, they're just making something like a manual too safe to the point where you're going to hinder yourself learning further. And just getting good at manuals is one of the most important things in skateboarding, in my opinion, because it's literally like where all your balance skill stems from. So if you haven't already, start practicing your manuals and do not buy yourself the Kubac Wheelie Pro, because this one, sadly, is not as good as it might seem. While it is a little bit of fun though, it is fun, but you don't want to keep it on full time. And again, another problem with this, same as the Tail Devil, it kept falling off constantly, right? So every time I'd lean back on it with a bit too much weight, it would just bend and fall onto the floor. So highly recommend not picking these ones up. At the time I liked them, but upon reflection, I'm not really that keen. And now we have the final piece of this video, which is the quick truck systems. Now you guys know that I've had some choice words about these in the past. This is a video that I did when they first sent them to me. But for these ones, I couldn't even be that nice to them because in my personal opinion, I thought they were quite terrible. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on. For anyone that doesn't know, this is the bit that you put on the board. This is the bit that you put on the truck. And then you would use this to slide into that like this. You ready? Ching. And then the truck would be on the board. But it's not that simple, right? If it was that simple, great. But there are components inside the plates that you have to change every few times you change your trucks because they get weaker and weaker. They also make your trucks literally like half an inch taller, as you can see right here. And not only that, they don't just make the board taller, right? So they also make it so much heavier. So like the flip tricks and stuff are so much more difficult, in my opinion, to actually get flipped. And then when the board comes round, right, say that you do like a shove it, tray flip, or a free shove or something, and the board swings around and it comes around and hits you in the shin. That extra weight of these on the board, and bear in mind this happened to me, which is why I'm so passionate about this part of it. If it comes around and hits you in the shin, my God, it hurts more than a normal board. So just keep that in mind. The benefits that they do say that you should get from these, say you snap a board, you could have one set up with the quick trucks and just put the truck straight on. But how is that any more convenient when if I want to be able to switch the board over like real quick, then I've got to already have the second set of plates, which is like another 100 quid on the new board already, just in case I do snap it, and I have to have that board with me. So it makes no sense whatsoever. And right, so there's one more thing that they do say that it's good for, having a set of cruiser wheels alongside a set of street wheels for the park, right? In my opinion, if you're carrying a second set of trucks around for you just to switch from your way to the skate park to when you're at the skate park, I don't think these quick trucks are going to do you much good. Just get used to riding the same set of wheels or trucks everywhere like most skaters do. You'll save yourself literally like $250 because that's how much this set costs if you want enough for 2 boards and 2 decks. And that's before you even take in consideration the extra weight and height added. Even with hollow trucks, it still makes it so painful. And the price just makes it the worst in my opinion. If you're asking me, quick trucks get like a 2 out of 10 because I can see how some casual riders might enjoy it. But for any like die-hard skater, I just can't see it happening.